Sacramento, Edward, you're on the Savage Nation.
Yes, Islam contributed submission to the United States. I can explain. I'm from the Middle East. I'll tell you why. When Pelosi went to Syria, she put a burqa on her head and stood up in the parliament. When she put a burqa on a woman, you subjugated her. She became one.
Well, why doesn't she put one on here and shut her mouth? That would be a blessing.
And
if the next time she opened up her big yap, she put on a cloth and was as subdued here as she is there, I would say they did us a favor.
Yes. When Obama bowed down a few days ago, he subjugated himself to the king. He became a slave. That's what the meaning of that.
Why is it that not one other leader of the world bowed down to the king or curtsied to him as Obama did? Why? What do you think that was all about?
I think he learned it in his past. I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, you don't do that to a head of state. He should have gone with a...
He is an embarrassment to this nation. He is a living embarrassment to this nation, this green president. You know, Alfred E. Obama is not ready for prime time, and there's no reason we have to say the king has clothes. This king has no clothes, my friend. Thanks for the call. Sarasota, Harry, you're up on the Savage Nation. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Dr. Savage, I believe that everything that Barack Obama does is for a purpose. I think he's going to worsen every crisis that he can in order to get people more scared and more desperate in order to affect.
I agree. Keep them scared. Keep them medicated so that you can subjugate them. Frighten, medicate, subjugate. Frighten, medicate, subjugate.
His background, you know, this guy, his mother was a communist. She used to argue the communist and Marxist position at the university.
Let's hold on. I know she was a free spirit who ran off with many different men, and then they left her. They jilted her after having children with her. But how do you know she was a communist?
Well, there's many accounts of her arguing the Marxist communist position, like the nation does with those people over there. That Russia was a great idea, but the ideals went a little sour, you see. But
well, yeah, Obama's mom was a Sharon Golightly, very flighty. Left, by the way, abandoned him for her own needs several times in his development, which makes him a very insecure man inside. You know that.
Exactly. You're the first one to bring that out.
Do you know that I did an entire show way back when on Obama's woman problem? Do you remember that program?
I missed it, unfortunately.
No, that was an amazing show. It came and went, but it was really brilliant. I wish we could dig it up, Beowulf. I was talking about his mother being flighty, having abandoned him several times during his development. He had to be brought up by his white grandmother, who sacrificed for him, and what that did to him as a man.
That's it. I mean, his psychological profile is horrible. This man is looking for father figures everywhere and
wow. Okay, the father figure thing fits in with the king of Saudi Arabia, so he becomes the big kingfish to him.
Right.
The king of Saudi Arabia. He finally went before kingfish.
That's who he wished his father was, someone like that. And even today, he's marked for life. Because he's not going to get counseling, let's face it. I mean, And
no, he'll give the rest of us counseling. He has to act out on the world stage his insecurities, and we're seeing the results of it. But let's put aside all of this. Everyone has something in their background. This man is ideologically and dangerously naive. That's the main thing. Or there's something more to it than naivete. But the man is cutting the defense budget. The man is cutting back even on the missile defense shield. Why would he do that, since that is a defensive military weapon? It is not an offensive one. Why would he do that?
Because he believes, like the left does, that people like us when we're weak. When we're weak, then we're just like everybody else. It's like...
In other words, the only cop that is good is a dead cop? The only American soldier that is a good soldier is a dead soldier? Is that why CNN suddenly can't wait to get their vicious images out of dead American soldiers so that you can weep for them and say war is bad? Of course war is bad, but subjugation is worse, isn't it?
Doctor,
war is horrible, but being a slave is worse.
Apology of pacifism.
We lived through, well, I didn't live through it. I was not born yet, but Neville Chamberlain could be the archetype for Obama. Neville Chamberlain was another naive man who went to Germany while Hitler was on the move and said that Hitler and England, the Anglo-German pact, blah, blah, blah. And then Hitler the next few weeks went and invaded another country. I think Obama's very much like Chamberlain. They're in the same mold, socialist, pacifist. That's a positive view, by the way, of Obama. I'm not so sure it's as positive as that. I have a terrifying feeling he may actually be something worse than that.